I so hope this microphone works, because me trying to speak publicly in front of all of you, just using my voice, never gonna happen. Let me first obviously thank and congratulate, all, here we go. The class of 2021 and all the inductees. You guys now have your rightful place in Felician history. Best of the best. I want to give a special thank you to our Hall of Fame committee, who has seemed to make this event better and better each year. And it's just been tremendous to watch it grow and obviously honor all the deserving athletes. So thank you guys so much. Special thanks to President Crawford, J.R. Denal, the Felician Sisters, and our Felician administration for giving me this opportunity 19 years ago to lead this program. I know I don't always show it and say it, but I am forever grateful and very humble to continue to do so. I had this long-winded speech. I'm not going to read it one bit of it. I'm just going to try to go fly from the cuff and try to honor Mickey the best way I can. Mickey Zudonyi, the player, I think that all his numbers speak for themselves. One of the most gifted athletes that ever played baseball at this school. He's still, I want to say, in the top 5 in several offensive categories. Hits, runs, scores, stolen bases, just to name a few. But the thing about Mickey Zudonyi that I'm going to remember more than his athletic ability is just Mickey Zudonyi, the leader. And I don't want to sound cheesy and bring up like a Derek Jeter, but Mickey Zudonyi was Felician's Derek Jeter. He was our captain. Mickey had an uncanny ability to just make everyone around him better, including us as coaches. All the players respected him and literally jumped on board anything Mickey said and did. So obviously for all that, Nick, thanks so much. Not only was Mickey an outstanding baseball player, he was actually an outstanding student. And it isn't a rare event that I do get comments from professors and faculty about a guy like Mickey. You actually did all the right things. Usually I'm on the other side of those conversations about all of our guys doing the wrong things. So again, thanks for that, Mick, as well. So the story goes, my brother's driving home from a summer event in Monmouth County, and I hear this rare, very rare excitement in his voice. So anybody, you don't have to stop it, but anybody that knows my brother never gives compliments, probably one of the most miserable people that you could ever meet. And I say that in a loving way since he's my twin, and just never is complimentary. So again, me going back to being, hearing some excitement in his voice gets me intrigued. I think, damn, I need to go see this kid. So obviously get out to the field, see this young man. He's got all the tools, he runs well, swings the bat, got a really strong arm. But the thing that drew, again, me to Mickey Zudonyi was the leadership. The uncanny ability just to have everybody around him get better. And just watching his teammates look at him like he was Derek Jeter. So for me, the decision was pretty simple. Let's try to get this guy up on campus, which we did. We had a pretty good visit, I thought, until we get to the end where I offered my scholarship money. And then I see Mr. Zudonyi. Shrewd businessman. He was pissed about the offer. So they leave. My brother then proceeds to chew me out and tell me how bad of a decision I made. And we offered him, we lowballed one of the best players that's ever going to come to Felician. So obviously I'm sitting there thinking, great, we're doomed. We're going to have another terrible year, and we got to find a way to get this guy back on board. Maybe a week passes. The Zudonyi family invites us over for dinner to have a conversation. To probably obviously talk about this scholarship. So here we go. We go over to the Zudonyi family's house. Mrs. Zudonyi does a tremendous job, has a big spread out. I'm newly married at the time, so at this time I never really eat. So, that was a treat for me. And as the night kind of proceeds, conversation is great. I think we're doing a great job. I think Mike, Mr. Zudonyi, is finally getting on board for the scholarship amount that we offered. Obviously I was wrong. He then proceeds to challenge me in a friendly game of darts. And I'm saying friendly because it's an NCAA violation, but I told you the rest of the story. So as we leave that night, I walk out there the biggest loser, but probably the biggest winner in the recruitment of Mickey Zudonyi, and it basically changing the way Felician baseball, was and is today. So thank you, Mr. Zudonyi, for kicking my butt in darts. I appreciate it. and he's been mentioned a lot tonight, and I think it's very important that I publicly recognize Mark Mentone. You know, Mark does a tremendous job. I know you've heard it over and over and over, and you know, he just doesn't get enough just due for what he does, the commitment, the effort that he puts in, the long hours. You know, and Mark Mentone makes Felicia University relevant, all the student athletes, and including us, you know, the coaches. He certainly makes us look better than we really are. So thank you so much, Mark Mentone.
Thanks, Coach Chris. Appreciate all the kind words. Hopefully this microphone keeps working, because if my grandma can't hear me, I'm going to have to start all over. Good evening, everyone. What a great feeling it is to be standing up here tonight, accepting such an honor that I've only dreamt about since I was a kid. Congratulations to all the other inductees. It's been a pleasure to watch some of you play your sports. I can confirm that the honor is well deserved. The men's basketball team, just remember who your shot clock guy was. I always gave you a few extra seconds. Before I get into it, I have a few important thank yous to give out. First, I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame committee members. Thank you for your consideration in selecting me to be standing here today. I know a lot of thought goes into the process, and it does mean a lot. Thank you, Coach Chris Langan and Coach Steve Langan, for believing in me and giving me a shot to play at this level. When you're a high school athlete getting ready to choose a school to play for, and you have the honor of a school to choose you, it sure is exciting. And it didn't take long for me to realize that Felicia would be my baseball home thanks to these two guys. Not only are they baseball gurus, but they balance each other out perfectly when it comes to coaching. Coach Chris could get fired up with the best of them, but he also had a side where you felt like a son to him. He's always been there for everyone, every one of his players, and truly wants to see the best out of each one of them. I can say the same thing for Coach Steve, but if you didn't hustle for one play, you would see Steve turn a shade of red that you've never seen before. And that always made you give 110% every single day. Chris and Steve, thank you for believing in me. Mom, Dad, Jen, certainly my biggest fans. I know they would say that I only have myself to thank for tonight, but I would say that I have them to thank. If I showed my appreciation for everything you've done for me to be standing here today, this speech wouldn't be over until 2022. But to sum it up, thank you for the time spent teaching me the sport. Thank you for every game you attended, which I'm sure has reached the thousands. Thank you for the money spent to keep my dream alive, and thank you for the overwhelming support through every step of the way of this humbling sport. I would also like to give a shout out to the rest of my family here who has supported me along the way. Grandma, Grandpa, Aunt Joy, Uncle John, Uncle Fran, Aunt Doreen, it means more than you know. Lauren, my cousins, I know you guys didn't get to see me play, but thank you. And to my beautiful wife, Nicole, who I just had the privilege of marrying 2 months ago. And lastly, Mark, the man, the myth, the legend. Mark, as everyone knows, a lot of your time is spent behind a computer screen. But what you have created on the athletic end of Felician University doesn't go unnoticed. Where you have brought the face of Felician athletic program has gone a long way in a short period of time. Thank you for all the behind-the-scenes work you put in. Everybody does appreciate it. Let's hear it for Mark. Jeff Calabrese, John Cleese, Al Jardine. Don't worry, I'll get to you guys. From the 6 a.m. practices to the 10 p.m. practices, to the 2-a-day practices, to getting ground balls drilled off your chest in the basketball gym while it's snowing outside, to intensive gym workouts 5 days a week, to having a player like B.J. Senna who could throw a 95-mile-an-hour fastball but had no idea where he was throwing it, pitch to you in a dark gym batting cage, to Coach Langan punishing us, and instead of taking a shuttle to the Lodi campus, we got to run there. For the runners, I know that's not too big of a deal, but we only run 90 feet at a time. The list goes on, and I'm not going to lie when I say that the baseball team had the best reputation in the school. And I know this is true because somehow, when we found out what dorm room we'd be in every year, our suite was always attached to Sister Tarsi's. She would slide notes under our door when we were being too loud, and even notes to say God bless you when one of us would sneeze. But with that said, we sure did have the most fun. Baseball is an extremely humbling sport. Being taught and coached by such great family and friends teaches you way more than how to hit, catch, and throw. Baseball has taught me work ethic, and that you will not improve simply off raw talent. It has taught me teamwork. There are many individual aspects of baseball, but without teamwork, you'll never be a championship team or learn how to work well with others. It has taught me how to overcome adversity. There are days you will go 0 for 5 or lose 5 straight games, but it's how you overcome that that will be great. It has taught me how to appreciate the moment, because one day it will all be gone. It has taught me to never give up. One of my favorite things about baseball is that one inning can change everything. A comeback could be right around the corner, and down is definitely not out. And it's taught me that the same is true in life. There you go. And lastly, it's taught me to always swing hard, just in case you hit the ball. College baseball is a level unlike any other. It's a level that tells you you were above average in high school, but now you have something to strive for every day to get to the next level. During that journey, you spend a lot of time with the same people, and the bond that is created on the baseball team is more than family. There are 3 previous players here today that I still consider best friends of mine 10 years later. Jeff Calabrese. The only pitcher that I would pray that Coach Langan would put in the game is a pinch hitter, because he takes what we call big daddy hacks. And he had the knack of hitting long home runs when given the chance. Al Jardine. Left side, strong side, bow. Al was a pitcher, but he was also the only player in Felician history to hold 1,000 batting average for 3/4 of a season. 1 for 1 is still a heck of a streak, pal. And John Calise. This guy had the ability to throw a lefty pitch so slow that you wondered how it reached home plate. And he called that his fastball. Thank you for being here tonight, guys. In a game where succeeding 3 out of 10 times is considered excellent, it really has a way of messing with your head. I'm not someone who likes to fail, and failing 7 out of 10 times is humbling and terrible. But again, it's another life lesson that baseball wants to teach you to help you grow. It teaches you that failure is okay, but persistence will prevail. Playing baseball at Felician College, Felician University now, has been one of the best privileges of my life, and being inducted into the Felician Hall of Fame was an end goal and is one of the best honors of my life. It made me a better player and a better person. So I say thank you to my coaches, thank you to my family and friends, thank you to everyone here, and thank you to baseball, the best sport in the world.